Florida's still in it with a lot of offensive lineman guys. We can see a little uptick this year. Now they got to close. They got to get these guys. And
Sure.
yeah, it's relationships, it's development, all that, and it's NIL too. Let's not kid ourselves. Every school wants to tell you that they're paying less than everybody else. Okay, everybody's paying less than everybody else, but everybody's miraculously getting recruits somehow still. But they are in pretty good shape, and one guy to watch. I think one guy to watch, and I put in a pick for Florida today. I don't think he's going to commit anytime soon, and it's not a slam dunk, but his name is Janari Carr, big offensive guard, same position as Barclay, from Bradenton IMG, but he's really from Ocala. And if Florida wants somebody in Ocala, from Ocala, they usually will get that guy. Not always. You know, Scott Brantley went there, obviously, but he had a teammate that went to Bama. People forget about that. And so we're going way back. We're going way before I was born. But I feel like they're going to, at the end of the day, that's the guy they can get. So there's your brilliant recruiting scoop. 3 commitments. They landed Isaiah Williams last week, the big-time linebacker from Tavares, Florida.
Yes, sir.
And, it's his 3rd commitment already, or is it his 4th commitment? I can't. I've lost count. He's been committed to a lot of schools, but he always wanted to go to Florida, I think. And in fact, he was going to commit. And I don't know if you guys remember, he was driving to the Florida-Miami game to commit to Florida. And you know what happened?
Corey told us about that whole.
There you go.
Yeah. When he came on about how Florida kind of told him to hold off because he kind of been hanging out with a couple of too many people.
Florida almost got 2 linebacker commitments right around that time. There was some chatter out there that Ty Jackson was going to commit to Florida that weekend.
Yeah,
and
I remember that.
Florida played the worst game maybe I've ever seen at the Swamp. Okay, and I've seen a lot of stinkers, and then he committed to Southern Cal like a week later, but ultimately Florida got Ty Jackson in the class. And by the way, I watched him at practice the other day. Man, he's got some explosive. Of course, the one video I take of him is just nothing, but then you watch him with your eyes.
Our sponsor of today's show, FOCO, we keep pumping this. Dave's got the overalls going in. We got Cody. I know our man Bozeman, he ordered some for him and Brandon today. My goal is for all of I think Rookie ordered him some. I think Levi ordered one as well too. Listen, there's other things on there. You don't have to get overalls. But it's just, I feel like there's some of you that would rock these on a normal basis. If you wouldn't, then don't sweat it. But this is the perfect time to go get them. Go to FOCO, use the link down in the description. Use the Hightop code 15, Hightop15 to get 15% off. My goal is for all of us to be just overalled up, fat photo, bring your cowboy hats, cowboy boots, the whole shebang for the spring game coming in just about a month's time. Let's have a good time. Again, links in the description. If it's pre-ordered, or anything that's discounted, you can't get it, and anything that is pre-ordered, I believe you can't use the code. But the overalls, you don't have to worry about that. Again, links in the description. FOCO, check them out. Fantastic. So pumped to be working with them.
You miss all the good plays.
Sure,
obviously.
sure.
You know what I mean? Somebody called me, a recruit's parent called me during a 15-minute window, and I'm freaking out, trying to figure, what do I do? Do I answer this? But Ty Jackson, man, what a dude, man. What a dude.
Yeah, at least I got to give you credit on the videos, though. At least you have some good background music.
Yeah, I was about to say, they're incredible. They're a Keith special.
Well, I go on trip. I'm getting ready to go to Scotland in 2 weeks, my big golf trip, and my buddy will do all the driving. So his deal is, since I'm going to be driving over here, you got to listen to my country music all week. And I'm like, man, put on Radio 1 in England. I want to hear the English. I love the sound of the English DJs, He's like, no, we're going to listen to George Strait for the next 2 hours.
My guy.
So on TikTok, I'm controlling the music, man. You know what I mean? And we're going to get some Planet Rock. We're going to get some LL Cool J, Beastie Boys,
DJ.
And
he's like, I'm driving this bus. Okay, boys, I'm driving this bus.
But hey, by the way, it's been kind of fun getting out of practice. We only get 15-minute windows. So you really learn to appreciate that. Back when I was in school at Florida, before you were born, Steve Spurrier let us go to every practice. The media was at every practice, all practice long. The whole practice, we were in there.
Wow.
So I got to watch Danny Werfel throw against air for 3 years, you know what I mean? And that's almost too much. You felt like you had to be there because if you weren't there, you're going to miss something.
The big
right?
one. Yeah.
Yeah. Now it's like, now you're just happy to go because you get 15 minutes. It's just kind of cool to see what's going on, but it's all kind of a blur. You're just going from position group to position group. You can with your eyes. Anything you see is somebody limping. Does somebody look like they're running better? I like watching the running backs. There's certain positions I have a hard time evaluating. Linebackers, in high school, they're just kind of running around in space. But running backs, man, I love watching their feet. I love watching that first, what do you call it? The one cut,
Sure.
and watch the floor. I mean, I'm going on in circles here. I
No,
love
go,
watching
go.
the Florida run. Love watching the Florida running backs on Saturday because we all talk about ball, but Katie Daniels, Treon Webb looks pretty good out there. Or Treon Webb, excuse me, I think it's Treon Webb. Who's the other guy?
Jacoby?
Jacoby Jackson.
Kobe Jackson.
Yeah, and I was down at a camp I was at in Miami, and one of the big media people down there, who most people think is like a big Miami Hurricanes guy, I think he's a little more impartial than that. But he even said, man, that Florida running back room, just out of the blue, unprompted, he goes, man, they got some dudes. And I agree. I think Florida's got the best running back room in the SEC. And if you got the best anything in the SEC, it's probably one of the best 2 or 3 in the country.